The drivetrain is a mini splendored thing. We have it's belt driven. The belt slips on the front and the back as it goes. What it's called is, this is called a 2-speed belt driven transmission. That's what I call it. Don't tell me what else it is, because I don't give a fuck. That's what I call it. That's good enough in my world, my reality, and that's the way it is. Thank you. Now, the belt can start to wear out if you take this off. Now, most people don't look at their belts because they're too afraid. They figure, oh, it'll take care of itself. Just don't look at it. Don't talk about it. Don't think about it. Well, it won't. If you take your front cover off and your back cover off, and it's full of black dust, that is black rubber. That's your belt disintegrating. And they do disintegrate over time. So you should put on a new belt, I'd say once every couple of years. They're only 30 bucks. Real cheap. Or take it to a great mechanic like me, and I'll do it for you. But I will guarantee for the money I will do it right. I mean, I only work on a certain few bikes whenever I feel like it. Depends how good looking the girl is. So, your belt can give you a lot of problems in your acceleration. The belt runs off the main crankshaft right here. It goes back to the clutch pulley right here. The clutch pulley has a giant clutch spring in it, center spring, and 3 smaller springs. The giant spring controls the rear pulley clamshell opening. And when the clamshell opens, the belt drops down from the top of the pulley down to the center right here. And at that time, the belt that was right around the crankshaft at the beginning of the ride is riding very high up here. So you have first gear when the belt is on the crankshaft and very high on the back pulley right here, all the way around. And second gear occurs when the back clamshell opens and the belt rides in the center down here and very high up here. Now as you slow down, the belt will switch again from low to high, or high to low speed. Now what can happen there is, if you get oil on the belt, which can happen, it just can happen from a bad oil seal, and you'll have problems. Your variator weights can wear out, they can stick, it gets very hot in here. The variator weights are, well, I don't know, they're about that small. And they can get squared off, and then you need different ones. And then they also come in different gram weights, which is a whole different video series. But if your weights square off, and you get any kind of oil into this on the belts, then you need to take it apart and totally clean it. Another problem is back here on the clutch, which people don't understand. This is a clutch belt right in here. Right? Once you take this off, you have to remember that this clutch is riding on what's called a needle bearing. No one ever looks at it. And the Chinese parts are famous for giving you these beautiful pulleys, but the bearings fail, and you don't know they fail. And what happens is your bike drags and doesn't run as well, and you have to really take the thing apart, clean off all the oil off the needle bearings, and it's only, I don't know, it's only this big, and see if they're shot. If one tiny bearing